right. Good morning. It's Saturday, November 15th, baby. So, we had this bright idea to, create an episode of going through our gains. Because we take screenshots of our gains. Do I have time to go with charts and stuff? Not really, but it's coming. Just give us time. Anyway, so this was the QQQ 596 puts for November 14. Oh Lord. Got that in that position Thursday. I saw the opportunity. I saw the downside. I saw the market dropping the next day. And guess what? I took up the opportunity. I took advantage of the opportunity. I got into the position, bro. Sometimes you gotta have balls. Sometimes you gotta have the courage. Sometimes you gotta have the conviction. You have to trade with the conviction. Also, you don't trade with the conviction. You doubt yourself. You second guess yourself. You think about it again and again and again. And guess what? When it's time to go in, it's too late. Anyways, got into the position. And it was at $609, $608. And then I just got in. And the next day, baby, we opened up at 602. And then it went to 600. And then it went to 597. We opened the market at 597 from a 608 position. Amazing shorts. I loved it. It was amazing. I loved it. Right? And this is the type of market I live for. This is my type of market and I love it. Alright? So, great play. Great freaking play. Okay? And I was able to close that position and and I saw the reason I got into this play is because I saw the gap on the 4 hour. You have to be very careful. You need to be checking all time frames for the gaps. If you don't check all time frames from the gaps, you're gonna miss these opportunities. You're gonna miss them. You're gonna miss the opportunities. You're gonna miss the direction. And you're always gonna be on the wrong direction. You do not want that. Market makers are very, very tricky. They are very, very manipulative. 90% of the trading is psychological. 90% of the trading is psychological. So they use the psychology against you, which means you have to be thinking straight. You have to have the head on your shoulders. You have to be able to make the right decision and see patterns. And honestly, the biggest asset in trading is the experience. A lot of us have great technical analysis. A lot of us have great analysis skills. We don't have the experience. And also, the greatest asset also is knowing when to pull the trigger. Knowing when to say, yes, I'm gonna get into this position. I'm gonna make this position my bleep, don't want to say it, and I'm gonna own this position. And I'm gonna tell the market maker that you don't own me, I own you. You provide liquidity, I am not your liquidity, okay? That's how it gotta work. That's how it gotta work. Alright, so we took that position, we made it happen, and it was just beautiful. Rolled it to the next day. I usually don't take position after hours, but I do this time, and it worked perfectly. But you gotta have the skills, you gotta have the knowledge, you gotta have the balls, and you gotta have the conviction. Oh, I love it, man. I love trading. But yeah, I don't know when it's gonna move to the next slide, but that's how it happened. And we closed the next day and we collected the coins. Okay, we collected the coins. Okay, so it's just what it is. So that was one of the plays. I don't know why I picked price target so low, but hey, I had conviction and these were cheaper. Okay, I like cheap options. I like undervalued options. because that's how we make the money, right? But you gotta have the cheap options. Once you have the cheap options, you make it. All right, we're moving to the next position. So another thing I did, I swear to God, another thing I did.
All right, so this is what I did. Most of you guys try to have puts. Most of you guys try to, buy more puts or buy puts for one of the instrument, SPY or QQQ. Well, I decided to go with the VIX. And it was perfect. So this play was happening at the same time as was going to play this. I'm sorry, I'm going up the stairs. I'm fucking tired. The same play as it was going at the same time as the 596, it was the 22. When I bought it, it was $20, and it ended up going to 22, 25, and we got out of that position at open. Overnight position again, as the as the position started dropping, the QQQ started going lower, the VIX got higher, and it was a perfect position. So we love those type of position.
All right, well, and that perfectly. All right, and that perfectly worked out. As the QQQ kept going down, my VIX position kept going up. Another thing I've noticed, the VIX is traded overnight. So overnight, I could just log in and see how my money was going up. 73%. Actually, that wasn't the highest. It went to like 100 something. And I make all my money back overnight. I don't know. Different people have different trading. I like reversals. I like these, opportunities where I can make money freely. Enjoy the downfall. This downfall was manufactured. We broke through out, and I play the QQQ a lot. Sometimes I may play the SPY, but the SPY is kind of crazy, okay? All right, but I play this, and it was almost as if that downfall was manufactured. It was dropping as they were just selling. It was beautiful. I loved it. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So sometimes I play these two type of plays. I play the QQQ at the same time down, but then I buy a call for the VIX, and it's perfect, and it works. It works, and it works every time. So yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it again. I wouldn't mind. But sometimes if you know there's a drop, use the VIX, the volatility index. The more volatile, the more of drop you have, and the potential drop you have. If you see like the gap, if you see there's a report, if you see, I would advise it when Powell speaks. But shoot, I guess if you have those balls, go ahead. If you have that courage, go ahead. And that was another play we made from Thursday to Friday, and it was perfect. It was perfect. So I like it. So all right. So literally, we just got in, we got patient, we waited for it, and it fell to the bottom, and fell to the bottom, and and we got ready to rinse and repeat the next day. I don't know. They say day trading is bad, but when you master it, it is a gift, a skill. You know, you can make money, you know, and live off of it daily. I mean, if you go ahead and make the $1,000 a day, but then go ahead and pay yourself $500 a day, that's a good deal. You know, $1,000 a day, pay yourself $500 a day. Easily make $10,000 a week, and live off the $5,000 and save the $5,000. That is very possible. That is extremely possible. That is very, very possible. Why not? It's like, I swear to God, I feel like the new economy is the stock market. Okay? The new... Sorry. Talking to my daughter here. But yeah. Alright, next play. Ooh, day higher. So you get to trade the SPX2, which is kind of the futures of the SPY. So I traded that too. Alright, I get to trade the SPX, baby. That is the future of the SPY. Bigger contracts, cheaper contracts. Time decay is actually more dangerous. But guess what? It worked out. The market was dropping. I bought the position. That was another overnight position. I sold this on the 14th. Actually, no. I bought this on the 12th and sold it on the 13th. Well, and that was another drop overnight. Markets sometimes drop overnight. They fake the pump in the morning. They fake the pump, but they drop. And it was beautiful. And it dropped, and I make 83%, and I got out. I don't know. As you know, these are not paper trades. These are not paper trades. These are real accounts. The paper trades usually says paper trade and it's orange. These are real position, and we're making them. Market is looking good right now. Alright. You know, these are real positions, and we're making real money. You got all these instruments you could play. You got all these instruments you could trade. We just gotta pick one. So, did my technical analysis. I looked at update time frame daily, weekly, 4 hour, and it can tell you what's gonna happen the other day. Okay, remember something. Always remember something. Volume is the only thing they can't fake. They can fake price. They can fake they can fake price. They can fake indicators. They can fake candles. They cannot fake the value. They cannot fake the value. You got to get that in your brain. You got to get it in your brain. You know, insane membrane. Okay, they cannot fake the volume. If you know volume, if you know where it's heading, you're gonna win. It's like you got a magic ball. Even these AI robots cannot fake the volume. The only time you gotta be cautious about volume is when it's next to support and demand. When it's next to support and resistance. When it's next to supply and demand. So that's the only place you got to be careful, because when we are next to supply and demand levels, volumes go opposite way for no reason, because now they got algorithmic. They got here my daughter. creating content. Holding my daughter, like she's like, "Daddy, stop talking. Stop talking." Looks like I'm gonna stop recording and I'm gonna go feed her and then we'll come back. All right. So where was I at? But yeah. So this is another index or instrument you can trade. And with success overnight sometimes. But I have to say, you have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing. You have to, you have to have good technical analysis. You have to have experience. Experience is the biggest teacher. Experience is the biggest asset. So get your experience. Like I tell my students when I teach them, because I teach people. I just stopped teaching. I just stopped having a live Discord. I just stopped doing all that because why do I spend time, doing seminars, courses when I can just trade and make the money myself? Spend more time doing what I'm good at instead of trying to get pennies from somewhere else. But anyway, what I tell my students is take 6 to 9 months where you are practicing your trading, paper trading, testing your strategy. Do it every single day and you will be successful, because that market knowledge, that market experience is gonna make you the trader that you want to become. It's not those technicals, it's not fundamentals, it's not the news, it's that experience. But most of us do not, and will not be good at trading because we do not practice. We practice with our real money, but eventually we lose it all. So it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. So it's perfect. So yeah, that's wait, where was you? All right, here's another play. 500%, girl. 500%, brah. 500%, kid. I'm telling you, that's another one, another drop overnight from the 12th. And he made me so much money. And you just get out next day or sometime the day of. I don't remember display really how I got into it and what I did, but it was the same principle. Hey, huge drawdown, huge drop coming. Let's take advantage of the volatility. Pump it up. You know what I'm saying? And it just worked. It just worked. It just worked for the best. A lot of us are scared during a correction. No, they say elevators down, stairs up. Hedge funds like Michael Blurry. No, make the money while the market is crashing. The other way to make the money when the market is crashing is to buy at the bottom, which is very important. To look for reversals. Okay? It's very important to know reversals. Once you know the reversals, you can literally go ahead and buy at the bottom. Okay? How to know reversals? Learn about conversions. Okay? Conversions. Okay, am I saying it right? I don't know, but conversions. Basically, There's a lot of times during reversals, the chart is going to show you something and the indicators will be showing something else. The chart will be showing something while the indicators will be showing something else. So when the chart is showing you something else. All right, conversions. Conversions, let me define that. Is, well, like I said before, when the chart is showing you something and your indicators is showing you something else. All right, so there's always a battle between oscillators and price. Okay, indicators is just a term, but that you get two type of indicators. You get oscillators and trend indicators, right? So the trend indicators tell you where it's going. The oscillators tell you when to get in and when to get out. Okay, so the oscillators are always gonna give you the opposite of what the price is doing. So with price, that's the trend. Oscillators tells you when to get in or when to get out. Oscillators are always oversold or overbought. There's a lot of them. The RSI is the most popular one. And what happens is when you have a bullish reversal, the price will go low. You know, for example, if the price is coming from $10, it will go to $5, go back to $8, right? And then come back down to $3. But so that's gonna be what the bullish reversal will do for the price. Now, for the oscillators, instead it will go up, then go down, then go up, and then go down, but not as low as the first time. So during a bullish reversal, the price does a lower low and the oscillator does a lower high. This is what confuses your brain. This is why your brain is so confused, because lower low, lower high. So you're looking at the indicators and it's telling you, hey, time to go in. But you're looking at the price and it tells you, no, this is gonna drop lower. This literally happened with the QQQ. Went to 598 a couple of days ago, then come down and went to 597. But from 597, it's 611 in one day. Okay, so it's the opposite. It's the opposite for the bearish market, right? When you're gonna have the price is gonna give you a lower high, and then the oscillators is gonna give you a lower low. It works every single time. Anyway, you need to know about conversions for the, but yeah, we went to another play. Here's another play I made 47%. And I got a little carried away, but these are very important concepts. So 47% for us, another call. So we make money both sides. When it's a call, you make money. When it's a put, you make money. Okay, we just go with the money. We follow the money.
So, and then basically, you know, there was a call. I think he woke up, you know, it opened and he was shooting up. I saw my technical, I looked at my price, I did my analysis, and I was able to profit off the play. So I was able to profit off the play. These are very easy plays. Now, I've been trading since 2017. I took it serious in 2022. That's when I was like, hey, 2020, 2021. And I was like, hey, I can really make money with this. This is the future. And I decided to go forward with that. I decided, and now it's 2025 and I'm knee deep in there. I'm in it, I breathe it, and all I want to do, I go to school to become a better trader. I take courses to become a better trader. it has become a lifestyle, and it will become a lifestyle. It will become a lifestyle. So this is very important. But yeah, so that's another play, and I believe we have one more play to go, and I think our video will be over. But I try to talk about my plays, but also I try to give you guys real advice, honest advice, and honest advice, not just trying to create videos and have clicks. I mean, yeah, the channel is great. It's documenting my journey. It's documenting everything I know, but it's not about the likes. It's not about the clicks. So I do have a Discord, but my Discord is not fully operational. It takes too much time. Again, I know I want to have a Discord, I want to have a channel, but a lot of the times it takes most of my time, and why do all that when I can just focus on trading and making the money myself, right? Anyway, so here's the last play. The last play, it was on November 12th. It was another call, 40%. So we always make about between 40 to 75 or 80% of our plays. Sometimes it's 100 contracts, sometimes it's less, sometimes it's so it's I don't know, it's you win and you lose, it's you win and you lose, but you just gotta be consistent. And sometimes you're gonna take L's, you're gonna lose money. Sometimes you're not gonna be profitable, but every loss has a learning lesson, and you just gotta stick to those learning lessons. Write them down and focus on them. Okay, write them down, focus on them, learn from them, and keep you moving. And so that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I think at this point, I don't know, I got tired of talking. It's been too long, but I don't know. I can kind of talk about something else for the last 20 minutes that are left. But calls, have your indicators, know about candles. I like candles. I'm not a big fan. I trade a lot on my phone. I'm not a person who has a setup and just looks at charts and stuff, because it takes a lot of time. I'm a type of trader, within 5 minutes I know if I need to go up or I need to go down, if I need to enter or if I need to exit, right? I don't need to put levels and all that stuff. Now that I look for levels, I have ChatGPT do it for me. So ChatGPT can do your levels. Use AI a lot. All that crazy work, use AI a lot. But the thing is, they're using AI to trade too. So you gotta know what you're doing, because AI is not enough. Once you make something accessible, then it becomes a weapon. If we all use AI to do our analysis, guess what? They're always gonna do the opposite of AI, especially if you trade 0 DTE. If you trade 0 DTE, bro, you gotta be careful. If you give yourself time on the options, I get it. But if you trade 0 DTE, you gotta be careful, because all you have to do is make the wrong move and you're done. You're done. I'm gonna see if I can do more of these wins, more of these, videos where I talk my, butt off. But it's to document my journey. It's to document my, my strategy. It's to document how I make things happen. It's to document. I can always come back to it. I'm not saying there's never gonna be a course, but soon when there's gonna be a course, I'm definitely gonna go back to this. data. But right now, everything is free. Everything is free. Everything is for sharing. You know, I focus a lot on psychology, but then I do learn about everything else. So, yes. All right. Awesome. Yeah, so we're about to have 1 minute. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to join the Discord. It's at the top of every single video description. I have a website. Well, I don't have a website, but it's just kind of like, you know, a website where I have all my social medias. I have a book coming. We're working on the book. We're going to have 2 books coming. We're just doing the little details of it. And, you know, that's it. So thank you. Have a good day. See you next time. And next week is another week. You know, next week, 17, we're starting. Actually, we got a couple positions right now. We have a couple calls that we're going to sell on Monday. And that's it. All right. Have a good day. Zero emotion trader. We out. Peace.